She doesn't care? Good. You're about to make her care more than she ever thought possible. Does it hurt? Of course it does. You feel like your heart's been ripped out, stomped on, and thrown back at you. You wake up, and the first thing on your mind is her. How she used to laugh at your jokes, how she would grab your arm like she couldn't get enough of you. Now, she's cold, distant, uninterested. But let me tell you something. This pain you're feeling right now, it's not a sign to give up. It's your warning bell telling you to wake up, fix your game, and win back what's yours. Not through begging, crying, or blowing up her phone. Number. You're going to do it by becoming the man she can't ignore. Listen, this is not about tricks or gimmicks. It's about reprogramming how she sees you. Right now, she's probably put you in the comfortable, predictable category. She knows exactly what you're going to say or do. She's figured you out. And the moment a woman thinks she's figured you out, the attraction dies. But we're about to flip the entire script. By the time you're done with this, she'll be asking herself, did I make the biggest mistake of my life by walking away? Before we dive in, if you're ready to commit to seeing this through to the end, no half-assing it, no shortcuts, comment below, unstoppable. If you're here to win, you need to be all in. Support the channel by subscribing because this is the kind of content that YouTube needs to recommend to every man out there who's ready to take control of his life. Number 1. Detach and conquer. When she says, I don't feel the same way anymore, it's like someone punched you in the gut. You lose your breath, your heart sinks, and you're scrambling to find meaning in her words. Your instincts scream at you to fix it, to say the right thing, to beg for another chance, to remind her of how much you love her. But let me tell you right now, that's the trap. That's the moment most men lose everything. You don't fix a woman's attraction by showing her how much you care. You fix it by showing her that you are unfazed by her rejection, that your value does not come from her approval. When a woman pulls away, it triggers one of the most primal fears in men, the fear of losing something that made them feel important, worthy, and loved. But here's the truth that will save you. Women don't respect emotional weakness. If she thinks you need her to feel whole, she'll run further and faster than you can imagine. She doesn't want to be your emotional crutch. She wants a man who can stand on his own 2 feet, who doesn't crumble when things get hard. That's why detaching is your secret weapon. It's counterintuitive, but it's powerful. You have to let go to make her want you again. Imagine this. She's used to you being predictable. She knows that when she ignores your texts, you'll double text. When she's cold, you'll try harder to warm her up. But what if you stopped? What if instead of chasing her, you pulled back and focused on yourself? I guarantee you, her entire perception of you would shift. She'd go from feeling certain about your availability to questioning her own decisions. Why isn't he texting me? Has he met someone else? Why doesn't he care that I'm pulling away? That's the power of detachment. You plant seeds of doubt and curiosity in her mind, and they grow faster than you can imagine. But here's the catch. You can't fake detachment. Women can sense inauthenticity like sharks smell blood. If you're secretly hoping that ignoring her will make her come running back, she'll see right through it. Detachment isn't a tactic, it's a mindset. It means genuinely accepting the possibility that she might never come back and being okay with that because you're building a life so good that her absence doesn't leave a void. That's where your real power lies. Let me tell you what happens when you truly detach. She starts to feel the emotional void you left behind. Women are emotional creatures. They need to feel connected, desired, and valued. When you were constantly chasing her, she felt suffocated, overwhelmed, and certain of your presence. But when you pull away, you create a gap, and nature abhors a vacuum. Her mind will fill that gap with memories of you, with thoughts of what you're doing, and with questions about whether she made the right choice. And when she finally reaches out, don't jump at the chance to respond. Let her wait. Let her feel what it's like to be on the other side of uncertainty. When you do respond, keep it short, confident, and direct. Show her that you're not the same man she left. You've grown, you've leveled up, and now you're the one who decides whether she's worth your time. Number 2, build the unstoppable version of you. If she left, it's because she thought she could do better. Harsh? Yes. True? Absolutely. But here's the silver lining. You have the power to become the man she can't ignore. The problem is, most men get stuck in the same place after a breakup, wallowing in self-pity, binge-watching Netflix, and stalking her social media, hoping to see signs that she misses them. That's the behavior of a man who's lost his direction, and women don't chase men without direction. The first step in building the unstoppable version of yourself is understanding that women are biologically wired to be attracted to men who are driven, confident, and self-sufficient. It's not just about how you look, although taking care of your physical appearance is crucial. It's about your mindset, your ambition, and your ability to command respect without demanding it. Get in the gym, not to impress her, but to rebuild your confidence. There's something transformative about physical discipline. When you push through the pain of a workout, when you lift heavier than you thought you could, you start to see yourself differently. You're no longer the man who was rejected. You're the man who's too focused on self-improvement to care. And that change in perception is magnetic. But don't stop there. Level up your lifestyle. Pick up new hobbies that challenge you mentally and physically. Learn a new skill that sets you apart from other men. Start a side hustle or invest in your career. Make sure your life is so full and exciting that even if she never comes back, you won't feel like you've lost anything. And here's the kicker. When she sees you thriving without her, it'll eat at her. She'll wonder how you managed to move on so quickly, and that curiosity will turn into attraction. Women are drawn to men who are admired by other women. It's a concept called pre-selection. When she sees you out with another woman, or when she hears that you've been dating, it triggers something primal in her brain. She starts to see you as valuable again. But you can't fake this. You have to actually be living a life that makes other women want you. And the best part, you're not doing this for her, you're doing it for yourself. Because even if she doesn't come back, you'll have become the kind of man who can attract someone even better. Number 3, reconnect with authority. You've gone through the silence, the detachment, the self-improvement, and now it's time to let her feel your presence again. But don't confuse this with chasing her. You're not coming back into her life to prove anything. You're stepping in to remind her of the man she once craved and to let her feel that desire again. But this time, you're not the same man. You're better, stronger, and, most importantly, unpredictable. And unpredictability is one of the most attractive traits a man can have in a woman's eyes. Let me tell you why most men fail when they try to reconnect. They either come in way too soft or way too hard. The soft guys send long emotional messages explaining how much they miss her, how they've changed, and how they want another chance. Women don't respond to that. It screams desperation. On the other hand, the hard guys try to play it cool to the point where they come across as cold, distant, and uninterested. That doesn't work either because women need emotional triggers to respond. The key is to strike a perfect balance, confident, curious, and subtly nostalgic. Your first message to her should hit her emotionally, but without appearing needy. Don't start with, "Hey, how have you been?" because that's boring and predictable. You need to bring her back to a moment that meant something to her. A moment that she can feel, not just remember. Think about the experiences you shared that made her smile, laugh, or feel deeply connected to you. You're not reminding her of the breakup. You're reminding her of the good times before it all went south. Let's say you shared a love for road trips. Instead of saying, "I miss those trips," you send her something like, "I was driving past that spot where we got lost looking for coffee. I still can't believe we made it back without GPS." See what that does? It's not just a memory, it's a trigger. She'll instantly think back to that moment, and those emotions will start to bubble up inside her. And emotions, not logic, are what bring women back. When she responds, and she will respond, don't be too eager. Keep the conversation flowing, but let her do most of the heavy lifting. If she asks about your life, give her enough to spark her curiosity, but not so much that she feels like she knows everything about you again. For example, if she asks, "How have you been?" you don't say, "Great, just working and hitting the gym." That's bland. Instead say, "Busy, just got back from a weekend hike up north. Amazing views." It's short, intriguing, and leaves her wanting to know more. The less you reveal, the more curious she'll become. Women are naturally drawn to men who keep them guessing. Now, let's talk about the energy you project during these conversations. Women are masters at reading subtext. If you're nervous or unsure of yourself, she'll sense it immediately, and that will kill any attraction she may have been starting to feel. But if you project calm confidence, if your tone says, "I'm in control and I'm happy with or without you," she won't be able to resist engaging with you. Women crave the emotional challenge of trying to win back a man who's already won himself. That's why your responses should always be controlled, deliberate, and slightly playful. When the conversation naturally leads to the topic of meeting up, don't rush into it. Let her be the one to suggest it, and when she does, set the terms. Say something like, "I've got some free time Saturday afternoon. Let's grab coffee and catch up." Notice the tone here. It's not a question, it's a statement. You're not asking for her approval, you're giving her an opportunity to meet you on your terms. That's authority. That's what she wants to feel from you. And if she doesn't suggest meeting up right away, don't push it. Keep the conversations short and leave her wanting more. The more you maintain this sense of mystery and control, the more she'll find herself thinking about you when you're not even trying. And when she's thinking about you, she's halfway to coming back. Number 4, leave the door open. This is where most men mess up. They get her attention, they start texting again, and the second she shows a little interest, they drop everything to be with her. But that's not how you win her over permanently. If you make it too easy for her, she'll lose interest just as quickly as she gained it. You need to leave her craving more of you, always wondering if she's truly won you back or if she's still chasing you. That uncertainty is what keeps her hooked. When she finally asks to meet in person, your response needs to be calculated. Don't drop your plans for her. Show her that you have a life outside of her. Tell her you're free on a specific day and time that works for you, but don't make it sound like you've been waiting for this moment. Confidence is key here. Say, "I've got some time after work on Thursday. Let's meet up then." It's not, "What time works best for you?" because that puts her in control. You're the one setting the pace. When you meet, the way you present yourself is everything. Your body language should scream confidence and self-assurance. Stand tall, make eye contact, and give her a warm but controlled smile. Don't dive into heavy emotional topics right away. Let the conversation be light, fun, and nostalgic. Make her laugh. Remind her of the man she fell for, but with an upgrade, because now you're the man who doesn't need her validation. And that's exactly what will drive her wild. When she brings up the breakup, and she will, don't get defensive or emotional. Stay calm and control the narrative. Say something like, "It's in the past. We both needed time to grow, and I'm glad we had that space." Notice how that statement puts you in a position of power. You're not apologizing or begging for her to come back. You're acknowledging the breakup as a mutual experience that helped you become stronger. And when she hears that, she'll start to feel the weight of her decision. Now, here's the twist. Don't make it obvious that you're interested in getting back together. Instead, leave her wondering if you've moved on or if she still has a chance. This is where mystery becomes your greatest asset. When the conversation is winding down and she asks about your love life, give her just enough to drive her crazy. Say something like, "I've been meeting some amazing people, but I'm really focused on my goals right now." That statement is a psychological bomb. It tells her that you're not sitting around waiting for her, but you're also not fully off the market. It creates tension, and tension is the backbone of attraction. As you end the meeting, don't linger. Leave her wanting more. Give her a hug. Tell her it was great catching up and walk away confidently. Don't send her a follow-up text thanking her for the meeting. Let her be the one to reach out first. That's how you maintain control. And when she does text you, and she will, you continue to pace the relationship on your terms. Leaving the door open doesn't mean leaving it wide open. It means showing her that you're open to possibilities, but only if she proves that she's worthy of being in your life again. Women respect men who set boundaries. If she wants to come back, she'll have to earn it. And that's when you know you've won. Not because you begged her to return, but because she couldn't resist the man you've become. Man, this is your moment. You've got everything you need to turn the situation around, but it's up to you to act. Don't wait for her to come crawling back. Make her want to. Make her chase you. Become the man she can't ignore. If you're ready to take this to the next level, comment the comeback below. Support the channel by subscribing. When you do, YouTube will push this content to more men who need it.